I'm Farhan Dalla, transformational trainer, and welcome to Elevate Your Life, a transformational podcast, an invitation to take the journey towards your deepest self. It is my intention to inspire you to connect, move, and meditate. We'll tap in, tune in, and dive in, and together learn and reflect from authentic, real, and transformative conversations. Let's get started. Disclaimer. The information in today's episode is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have a medical condition, please consult with a medical practitioner. Hi, everyone. Today, my guest is my dear friend, Cristina Gabriel, who's here to share an inspiring story about her very own healing journey. She's an author, certified yoga and Reiki teacher, and has utilized teachings that she learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, as well as practices rooted in self love, gratitude, and her lifelong wisdom that has led her towards the pathway to her transformation. Welcome, Christina.
Hi, Farhan. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here today and to share your story. It's great to have you here. I've been, wanting to talk to you about this on my podcast for some time, but I had to get started on my end and, start this season, and I'm ready to gear it up and get going. And now we can talk. So, how do you feel today?
I'm feeling amazing and I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and you're my dear friend, and I love you to pieces, and I'm excited for you as well. You have
Yeah.
had quite a healing journey, and I want to just dive into this conversation by having you talk about how this all started. Would you mind briefly sharing what was your diagnosis and what led to that diagnosis?
Okay, this is like last 2024, April. So I was diagnosed a recurrence of the cancer from 2016, which is like that time, it's about 9 years ago. So it's a
So the
recurrence.
first diagnosis was 2016.
Yes, the first
And okay.
diagnosis was 2016.
Hmm.
And then
And
and
what
food
was the diagnosis?
it's ovarian cancer. And
Ovarian
that
cancer?
time, 2016, it was a stage 3. And then I had for almost like 9 years in remission. Like I healed myself first time already. I did it before. So when it occurred, but this time it was like terminal, right? Last April of 2024, it's a terminal stage 4,
Hmm.
and there's no surgery or anything. It's just, but there's an option, some chemotherapy
Right.
and maintenance therapy.
Wow. So, you go through this whole healing journey, you're 9 years in remission, it comes back, and now you're told it's terminal. How does that make you feel?
Well, honestly, I already unmemorized the feeling 9 years ago. Then, and when it came back, I'm really in shock. And as you know, we are all in autopilot program. Right away, fear. Like, oh my God, I don't want to die. That's right away. I'm still young. I still want to do things in my life. So I'm really feeling so much fear. And like I cannot even kind of like focus. It's just my body shaking. My body is totally in shock. I'm in a survival mode. And the survival mode kick in.
Right. And so, a huge part of your healing journey this second time involved the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza. And for those of you who don't know who he is, Dr. Joe Dispenza is a chiropractor, author, lecturer. He's known for his work on mind body healing, neuroscience, and personal transformation blending quantum physics with ancient wisdom to teach people how to change their reality through meditation and changing beliefs. And all of this is stemming from his own recovery from a spinal injury. And Dr. Joe has retreats where he teaches this material. And let's go back to when I first met you, because it was actually at his retreat in October of 2024. We were both from Toronto. We sort of introduced each other on Facebook, but when I saw you for the first time, you were this bundle of infectious energy. You were dancing, you were jumping up and down. And I was like, I
Yes.
wish I could have joined you, but I couldn't to the degree I would have wanted because, if you know by now, if you listened to the first episode, I was dealing with immense low back pain.
Mhm.
But you were this magnet. I was immediately drawn to you. And you had just, completed some chemotherapy at that time, right?
Yes. Yeah. So big part of this journey is Dr. Joe's teaching.
Yeah.
When
And can I
yeah,
just ask, how did you come across his work and what was it about it that resonated with you and said, this is what I need to do to heal or
yeah,
support what you were already doing?
yes. So when I was that time that I was diagnosed and so much in fear, I know I can change it. I said, I need support from someone that can help me. And then I asked for it. I'm like a I'm like a person that when I needed something, I asked for it. And then Dr. Joe was actually came in my first diagnosis 2016, but I did not really actually look into it. Someone mentioned it, but I said, oh yes, but I did not. This time when I was that in that point, I was just he just popped up in my mind, Dr. Joe. And then I went to a friend's house who's a Reiki sister for me, and she gave me some Reiki to help me with the fear. She said, I have something for you. I think it will help you. She handed me a book, Becoming Supernatural of Dr. Joe. And that's why I said, okay, Dr. Joe, the right student is here, and I manifest the perfect teacher. And that's why I came across Dr. Joe right away. I study his teaching. And
Wow.
that makes me through all this chemo and all of this journey until I met you in the first retreat that we both together did in Orlando in 2025. Mhm.
Yeah, and that was quite the journey for both of us because we had just met and there were probably 2,000 people there. And as
Mhm.
I've mentioned before in my first episode, Dr. Joe has at his retreats what he calls coherence healings, where people come together to heal another. And in a particular group, there's about six healers sending energy to a healee. The healee is there to receive healing from the healers. And you, my friend, was a healee at that time. And the universe,
Yes.
conspired. And
Yeah.
I was a healer in your group. And you tell the story of what
Oh
happened.
my, yes, this is a beautiful story. And I love how the universe put us this together. And of all that, what are 1,900 something, almost
Yeah, it
2,000.
was almost 2,000
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
And what a add that you will be my healer on all of that
One
people.
of six, but I was there. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that was like at the end of the coherence healing, where I'm ready to open my eyes and look at every single healer in the pod. And I want to say thank you and give my gratitude. And I look at the face, but except from you, I cannot see your face. And I said, why can I see his face? And there's a light behind your head. And I was like, and I was just right away took your name tag and
Yeah.
flipped it. And I said, it's you. And I hug you right away. That was just, it's a
Yeah.
mystical moment. It's a mystical moment that why I cannot see your face. And then and that day I called you that you are my angel.
I was like looking at you like, why is she looking at my name tag? I thought, does she not know who I am? It was kind of funny because I thought, this is odd. But then I realized after what you had told me, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, it was such an honor to support you that day and beyond. And, it was the beginning of this beautiful friendship. And yeah, I love you to bits, as I said. But tell me now, how is your health today?
I would say I am fully, fully healed.
Yay.
I'm so proud to say that. And but of course, this is a journey, right? I always want to share to everyone, healing doesn't happen in just one click. It has to be a journey. We have to grow, we have to evolve. And I love that because I learned how to change. And that's one of the teaching of Dr. Joe. we meditate not to heal, but to change.
Right.
And that's the process for me. And I called it, this sentence could be my, invention, but I called it healing is lovingly softly. And
Mm.
we don't have to rush it. We have to really feel that we learn through each journey. And through all these things that coming to us, support and love, it's a process of learning and evolving.
Excellent. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I want to touch upon this because the meditation is a huge part of his teachings, and I want to break down everything that you've done so that people who are listening to this can follow your journey and all the steps that you took. And you mentioned reading his book, Supernatural, but the meditation is another important part. And during his retreats, he teaches a lot of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is your meditation practice, and what has been your meditation practice to support your healing?
Mm-hmm. The very big first one that I would like to share when that first month that I was diagnosed and I bought the progressive course of Dr. Joe, and there's very first meditation that I learned from him is the blessing, the blessing of the energy center, version one, the original one. And I use that time because I'm living with fear. I'm living with that survival mode. I need to support myself to be in that calmness and peace. And it helps me. So that time when I was in that journey, at the beginning of the journey, I used that meditation 3 times a day. Like it's my breakfast, morning, lunch, meditation, dinner meditation. And that 1 month, I'm really showing up. And it's true. It doesn't really heal me that month, but it brings me to that peace and calmness. And it's changed my energy. And as soon as my energy changed, my life changed. I become more kind of happy and positive and going to the treatment smiling and being positive and grateful because it brings me to that state. And then I just continue it. I have a community, Dr. Joe community, that I attend, and then we meditate in the morning and in the afternoon or evening, so until it subside to different types of practice, like volunteering as a host for a community with doing healing. So it's a meditation as well. So it's throughout the day, maybe I would have say minimum once, but most likely if I do healings, 2 to 3 practices of meditation.
Right. So sitting down for yourself is
Yes.
about once a day now, and then you
Mm-hmm.
support other healers by hosting healing sessions for other healies online virtually. And so that counts towards your own healing as well.
Yes.
That's great. And I want to comment on your energy because I want to go back to the day that I met you. I was like, how did this woman just finish chemo?
Yeah.
Your energy level, your positivity, your smile, the tears of joy that were coming through
Yeah.
your eyes, and I
Mm-hmm.
was blown away at everything that you're describing in words I have witnessed and seen. So I know for people who don't, you know, haven't met you, I just want you to take my word for it when I say you were jumping, you were smiling, you had this incredible infectious energy. So many people were gravitating towards you and still do. And you would not have known that you had just had some serious illness and treatment to go with it. So, was
Mhm.
that difficult to maintain that energy level or stay, and to shift from the fear to the positive mindset that you have?
Well, you know what? This is a really good question because this is one of the highlights of my healing is the love. When I discovered that, oh my God, I love myself so much. And that gives me energy, that gives me positivity, that's give me gratitude. And it's so much that I love myself that I don't see anything that will disturb me. It feels like, Chris, you love yourself. You know that. And people loves you because of that. We have to love ourselves first, right? I have to love myself. myself first before I can love others. Like, I mean, we can love others easily by loving yourself. So that one makes me very, very positive and energetic. Just because also, not only that, of all that people in the retreat sharing energy, I love community.
Yes.
I love other energy. You know, when we see each other and then other friends, we just collectively share that energy and just brought me up to
Yeah.
more higher energy. Yes, but that's the main one.
Yeah.
Happiness,
Yeah.
joy,
I
love.
I agree. I agree. And being in that room definitely helps, but you contributed to it greatly. So I love what you said because I think that when you love yourself, you can't be in a state of fear. And when you
Mhm.
love yourself, you can't hate other people,
Yes.
right? So imagine if everyone loved themselves. Wouldn't there
Mhm.
be no hatred in this world? Would there
Yes.
be like no conflict in this world? There would be no, bullying. There would be no trolling on social media. And I just feel like you and myself through my own healing journey, because that was a critical part of mine as well, is that when we're in that state of frequency of self-love, that's what we project onto others too. And we take responsibility for our happiness by doing so.
Yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
Now,
Mhm.
you are a Reiki teacher and a yoga teacher, and I'm going to assume that that means that you're pretty good at listening to your body. How did that help with your transformation?
Yes. So especially during the journey of that diagnosis, there's a lot of message. So I see the pain or any sensation in the body is a message. So my body is a messenger. And how we can tune in or listen to our body is we have to pause and breathe and actually talking to our body. I actually talk to my body when I have some sensation or pain. I will just pause and I will say, what do you need? How can I help you? And more likely, when I say that, the next morning I wake up, I will have the answer. I will just have like this feeling, oh, I'm craving for this food. Like, I need to eat more veggies. Oh, I'm not drinking so much. I need to drink water a lot. Oh, I need to move my legs. I need to do walking. So about again back to the love for ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, we provide all the things that we need. And not only just to our mind, that our body has a brain. Our body has like talking to us. Hey, you need to nourish me. You've been through a lot. Now it's time for you to nourish me. Now it's time for you to recover all these things that we lost. And I love that. That's how I listen to my body.
I love that too. And I love how what you're also implying is that, we need to be in service to ourselves first
Yeah.
and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And the primary relationship that we have is with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when we are in a place of harmony, where we have the capacity to listen and take action for what our needs are and be in service to ourselves by giving to ourselves what we need, our body and our life will respond accordingly.
Definitely.
How has your relationship with yourself changed through all this?
Well, I love it. I continue change and then I discover a lot of things that, through this change, people that needs to be in my circle stay. And then the people that doesn't serve me, it's just go by itself. I don't have to do it. It feels like with that change, it feels like the universe is organizing everything for me.
Hmm.
It's like as soon as I have something that I think it could be my program, me could be a challenge, it could be a problem, I turn it right away to a gratitude and it's ship. So every single day, I learn how to change not only my health, but the thoughts, the situation, and how will I respond to it and turn it to love, turn it to gratitude, turn it to more responding rather than reacting.
Mhm. I love that. And I think so many of us don't pause and reflect before we react.
Yes, that's
And
yes.
I'm still learning, and I'm learning that on a daily basis. And if I do react, and maybe go through this too, sometimes we do react, but
Yeah.
then we pause, reflect, and don't stay
Mm,
in that state of
mm,
fear, anger, whatever it is, and we shift it right away. And
mm.
being aware of our thoughts and filtering them regularly is
Yes.
part of our practice, right?
Yes, that's so important because it's okay to react, but at least we are aware that we react. And then when we pause and say, wow, I react there. How can I flip it to a different way and respond to it? Right. So self-awareness too is so important.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're doing a great job of that.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, and you talked about gratitude, and I want to dive into this a little bit more because
Mm,
I know for me and my healing as well, gratitude had a very important role in my healing. And there's so many similarities between your healing and mine, though mine was not life-threatening. How important is gratitude, and how did it help you with your healing? And what do you have a gratitude practice, and what does that look like?
Yes, so gratitude for me, one of that, this is the very, very important question for me because gratitude, I practice like you, I practice it every day and wherever, whatever I'm doing. And even, you know, things that's not really good, I can flip it to a gratitude and it feels so good. So how I practice it is by simply like noticing even little things. Like for example, I love to go to the forest with my dog. And when we walk and I'm walking in the forest, just feeling that warmth of the sun shine in my skin. And you know what? I felt so grateful because I'm alive. I'm here. And also that connects me with life. Feeling it, being like really deep feeling in our heart the gratitude. Also, listening to the birds, singing. So I said, I can hear. So when you have all the sensation come up, and I was like, oh my God, so grateful to be alive and just being here. Right. So every single thing that happening to me, I can say that we can I can turn it into to gratitude. But if something that happened that's not really easy to turn in gratitude. I can have a pause on it and just seeing what's happening and then finding again gratitude. We can always find gratitude in many things. So that's how I practice gratitude. And morning when I wake up in the morning, I will just have a pause. Even my dog is pulling me and want his breakfast. I'm gonna put my hand in my heart and to but like my hand is in my heart. I will just say, thank you so much for another day to live, another day to breathe, another day to witness the miracle of life. And I'm so grateful that you're giving me a chance today to witness all of that. So just like, what is this, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds? And I'll do that before I get up in the bed.
Yeah, and I think that starting your day like that sets the tone for your day as well, right?
Yeah.
And like you, I start my day like that, as I've talked
Mhm.
about in my first episode, and ending my day like that as well. But
Mhm.
what I'm learning from you in this moment is that there's so many opportunities throughout the day to
Mhm.
express and experience gratitude. And if you're in a situation where it's difficult to find something, you could always be grateful for your breath
Yes.
and for all the air that we have that's
Yeah.
available to us.
Mhm.
You could be grateful for when you turn on the tap, there's all this water available for
Mhm.
you.
Yes.
There's so much that you could be grateful for. And
Mhm.
so, thank you for inspiring me to look for more ways in which I can find gratitude throughout the day and to experience that frequency of loving my life even more so. So, I really appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Joe has three key words that he teaches about how to create a new reality, and that
Yeah.
is believe, behave, and become.
Yes.
How did you apply this to your own healing?
I love that. I love that Dr. Joe's formula. And then when I learn it, I apply it to everything, even little things. So The first one, the belief. I truly believe that I can heal myself. And when I believe that, I trust it. I trust and I even declare it, like really like standing up to myself. I declare it. I believe it. I'm healed, right? And then as I behave every day, as a part of behave, I'm literally doing the action of a healed person. No one will stop me. Okay, I'm going for an hour walk in the forest and says, hey, you be careful. You just had your treatment. You might be dizzy. But my energy said, I can do this. And I walk like a healed person there in the forest, and someone will know me like, are you okay? I'm feeling, yes, I'm okay, right? So it's just really bringing that energy that I am healed. And I don't limit myself to anything because I know it. I know my body. I listen to my body. If it says no, no, but if I know that I can, then I'll do it. So that's how I behave. I behave like a really healed person. And then I become. I just like every day. I have no limitations to what I do. And someone like, diagnosed with this kind of disease, they always give you always like a warning. Oh, I will not travel. I will not do this. I will not go to the, all of that warning because there's a fear attached to it. So that thing really said, I declare it. I am healed and I doing this. So I always be there, whatever travel or whatever that it takes me to feel that I am that healed person. So I love that formula. I love it.
Yeah, and I think you can apply that to anything, right?
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
and you're certainly living proof that applying that formula can lead to incredible healing. Like I wonder, what your doctors are thinking about you. When they gave you this terminal diagnosis and here you are, vibrant, healthy, walking your dog, enjoying the sun on your face, traveling and doing all these things. Like, have they said anything to you about like what's
Yeah. So this is cool because my oncologist, she's very um medical, like very, very specific to statistic. Like, I mean, because the reason why I say that she will base all what she says is like, oh, it could come back. Oh, it's this, it's that, right? But I'm always rejecting it. No, not for me. Not I'm saying it literally with her in my
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
But she saw my progress. She saw how some parts of that tumor in my body is gone, and then the blood work drops into a normal in the blood work called CA-125. It's really like drops into the normal range. And then in the process, always I said, oh, I will travel. And then where you going? I'm going to Orlando. That was the first one. I'm going to retreat of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I said, do you know him? No, she says, but I never introduced Dr. Joe to them. Just like I want to be the example. I want to be the light, just seeing it. And then every time she see me improve, the last time I saw her and she was so happy, I told myself, because I practice gratitude, I said, once I see her, I'm going to say, can I give you a hug? Because I want to say, thank you. I'm grateful for you for being part of the journey, because I truly believe in both, right?
Mhm.
Believe in the Western medicine and the holistic part. I combine that. And then I didn't have a chance to say it because when she came in and see the result of my CT scan and all the background, she said, Christina, I'm so happy for you. Can I give you a hug? And then we hug. And I don't have to do it. I don't have to ask for it. And I said to her that I'm grateful for you for being part of the journey. And then she's like, say still, oh, you know what? Because the medicine, the chemo really works. And at that point, I respect that. I respect that she believes more in the medicine. But yes, of course, the medicine works in some point, but also I did my own work and I
Mhm.
did my practices. And in that, my belief and her belief will, I think, kind of like contribute to each other.
Mhm.
So we're both grateful for each other. But I never mention about it because I know she's more on that side. And I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah, there's something, no conflicts between the two, and the two can
Yes.
definitely work well together, and you're
Yeah.
living proof of that.
Mhm.
Um, so what I want to talk to you about now is your post-cancer life, like the incredible life that you're living right now. You are an incredible, giving, warm, loving person who gives so much of yourself to community service. How has your healing journey inspired you to, create maybe a new mission for your life or a new purpose? And if there is a new mission or purpose, what is that? What does that look like for you?
You know what? I love that question because the most part of my healing too is connection. Really, at the beginning, I learned how to ask support, and I learned that I'm worthy of receiving support and receiving anything. So when I received, and I said, I want to give too. I always do that. It's a part of my gratitude is an exchange. If I receive, I will give. And the community that we are together is doing some coherence healings through remote, through Zoom. And I started to volunteer as soon as we finished the retreat, and a group of Orlando team was brought up this different kind of groups, and I joined, and then I just felt so good when I started hosting, and just to see that community became more connected, became more like a family, and having that same intention to help others to heal and be inspiration to each other when someone's healed. And I just give me so much love. I felt like this is the most rewarding thing that I will do in my life, because when I give, I receive. When I receive, I give. It's just like the love is like infinity. And the love is just getting higher and higher. And that's what I want. My goal is, my intention to be in love every day, to be in living in love, be the love to everyone. And I think that's one of the reason why I felt like this purpose supports my healing. And one of the best two things there is the connection and giving and receiving.
And I feel like it's given you a deeper meaning in your life now to be of service this way, sharing your message, being the example of of who you are, and the healing that you've experienced, I know is inspiring many of us. Um, and you are also an author. You've written two books. The first is titled A Calm Mind, and the second is called A Calm Body. What are these books about, and what inspired you to write them?
Yes, this is our all meditation and journal book. And these are inspired, both of the book inspired from my yoga, meditation, Reiki that I learned through that modalities. So that time I don't have Dr. Joe yet in my life, but this one is just a simple. And also the reason why I wrote these two books is because when I was practicing and I'm teaching yoga and Reiki, most of the people would tell me, oh, I cannot meditate, because I will start my yoga class with sometimes with a breath work or meditation. And they will say, that's the hardest part for me, is to really quiet my mind, and I cannot meditate. And I have no time. Always they said, no time to meditate. And then I was like, during the pandemic, everyone is home, nothing to do. I was just inspired, like, to do a lot of meditation, like chanting and meditation every day, even just for 20 minutes. And I just realized, you know what, I can put it in a book, a journal book. So people that are so busy and think they cannot meditate, they can meditate even just 2 or 3 minutes. So the book has like very simple, different meditations. And then inside of it, there's like spaces for journaling. And you can just write sentence, a word for the day, and you can choose whatever meditation you want. So a calm mind is purely meditation and breathwork practice. A calm body is there's a little movement. Like I use nature to inspire that. Like for example, feel like you are a bird. You breathe into your chest, you spread your arms, and then you fly like a bird, and then you move, right? And then stand like a tree. You are so powerful, you're strong, you are a tree. And then breathe onto that. So those are my inspiration to do the a calm body. So that's two book that all for BC that cannot meditate and has no time. If you check that out, you can meditate in 2 to 3 minutes every day.
Excellent. I love the simplicity of it. It doesn't have to be a complicated process.
Um,
And you can incorporate meditative practices in daily activities when you're folding clothes or when you're washing
yes.
dishes. You could just be fully present to that experience and just stay, present, like I said. And also when you're cooking, like I was just cooking just before this, when stirring things on the stove. And of course, I was thinking about this interview and making sure that, everything's going to be ready for it. But then there's definitely moments where I pulled myself back and, okay, just be present to the present task. And that in itself is a form of meditation. So I love how you simplified that as well. So where can people find your books?
Yeah, it's available in Amazon. So if you can just search A Calm Mind by Chris Gabriel. So my author name is Chris Gabriel.
Okay.
And it's both in Amazon, Canada, US. I think it's in every country. So wherever you are in the world, just check it out.
Okay, and I'll put the links in the notes
Oh
section if
yeah,
anyone's
thank
interested.
you.
I'm also going to
Mhm.
put the links to Dr. Joe's website if anyone's interested in learning more about his teachings.
Mhm.
But as we kind of wrap up, I have a couple more questions. The first is, when you look back on your healing, do you feel like there were any gifts in this experience or lessons that you learned? And if so, what would that be?
Yes, very important gifts. It's so important that we show up for ourselves, choose ourselves. That is one of the biggest thing that I did for myself, because in our reality, our three-dimension world, there's family, there's work, there's financial thing, there's all of that. But what will I choose? Do I choose to show, give and give, or I will choose myself and receive? And just technically, it's all about me because I choose to heal. So I show up for myself in many ways, right? So that's the important thing, because we are all programmed to be a giver. And all my friends and my circle, they always says, Chris, no, it's time for you to receive. You give so much. I still give at this point, but I also give. I also receive so much now. Yes. So that's the most gift that I um, give to myself, and be open to love.
Mm.
Love heals all. I truly believe that. When we choose ourselves and we love ourselves, it's just everything we see is supported by love. Everything that comes to our life, it could flip to a love. Even if it's not that's loving, you can like, why? How can I flip this situation to love?
Yeah. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that. Every situation can be flipped to a place of love and showing
Yes.
up for yourself. There's so many takeaway points from today's episode. And I know when I post this, I'm going to be going back and listening to it several times because there's so much valuable information here. But I have a question to ask, and that is, what advice would you have for someone who may be going through a healing journey at this time? Maybe they've just received a diagnosis, or maybe they're in the midst of a healing journey.
Mhm.
From everything that you've learned, what advice would you share to that person listening to this now?
Mhm. The first diagnosis, the first news is the hardest because we're gonna autopilot and it's straight to fear. What I would love to share is choose choose love again. But how? It's not easy. we need support from others. Reach out for support. Like, for me, especially when you first diagnosed, it's not easy to ask for support.
Mm-hmm.
Our family, our friends, a teacher like Dr. Joe. It could be not Dr. Joe, some, you will find your own teacher. But just start from the heart, that speak to your heart. I choose to have the control of this disease. So I am in control. So now I'm going to make a plan. Help me, support me. Who are the people that can support me? Who are the community that can support me? Even your medical team, even your, um, friends and family. Sometimes it's not easy to ask for support, but I would definitely have a support system. And that support system will give you so much things that, oh, I have this and that. And one of that, like for me, my support system friend, and she gave me the book of Supernatural, Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Joe. So if I didn't not ask for support, I have very limited things that I can reach in my hand. So that's what I mostly, but always choose yourself and love yourself.
Thank you so much. And I also want to acknowledge that you supported me quite a bit through my healing journey.
Thank you.
Yes, and it was very mutual. I'm glad that we could be there for each other. And it really emphasizes how important community is, which you've brought up several times. The community that we have here, that we found through the retreats and through Dr. Joe's community, is wonderful, but the community extends to medical practitioners, loved ones, and those that are going to uplift you, support you, and give you what you need. And always know that you're worthy to receive it, which you've mentioned several times. And I think that is so important.
Mhm.
And to ask and to ask and to ask.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Worthy.
Chris, it has been an absolute pleasure. I love this conversation. And because it's you, I love you, but also because of
I
the
love you too.
valuable, yeah, the information that you've
Mhm.
offered us. I see a lot of similarities and parallels in the steps that I took towards my healing and yours. I'm glad that we have that in common because it also will support others who are looking for guidance as well. I thank you so much for joining me today. I will have the links to your books and any contact information in the description notes of this episode. I am sending you my highest love and I'm giving you a big hug
Me
until we
too.
meet again.
Yes,
And I know we will cross paths again soon.
yes, for sure. Thank you so much, my dear Farhan, for doing this. And I'm sure we will touch other lives for this beautiful podcast. And we are here as your community if you need us.
Sending love to everyone.
Sending love.
I'm Farhan Dalla. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's episode of Elevate Your Life, a transformational podcast. I hope today's conversation has elevated you in some way and inspired you to connect, move, and meditate. I'd really appreciate your support by following and rating this podcast. Come back soon and join me for another transformative conversation.